Investors are always looking for the next big stock. Well, Metaverse is currently in the headlines and many believe that is the next big thing. So it makes sense to invest in a Metaverse stock. What's up guys, welcome back to Glory Investing Show. In our today's video, I'm going to tell you about the next Metaverse stocks that can help you earn massive amounts of profit in the future. So the stock I'm talking about is Matterport. Let me tell you that Matterport has developed a tool that allows businesses and people to build virtual representations of 3D areas. Digital copies of the real world, known as digital twins, allowed individuals to study characteristics. Customers utilize cameras, including their smartphones, to photograph their area to construct a digital duplicate. The value proposition of Matterport is that users can generate accurate representations of the actual world that anybody else can access and evaluate digitally, therefore saving everyone both time and money. Next, we will discuss the importance of Matterport and the Metaverse. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg has defined the Metaverse as a world of linked virtual communities. It will be a virtual environment in which you may connect with real-world people while living in virtual existence. You can do whatever you would normally do in your actual life and much more in this environment. During the COVID-19 pandemic, musician Lil Nas X performed a performance on Roblox, a video game business that is developing a kind of a metaverse. While no one would have been allowed to attend if the event had taken place in person, more than 33 million people tuned in to watch it on Roblox. To facilitate the creation of this doppelganger world, Matterport is allowing companies to digitally capture and store a 3D picture of their physical premise in the cloud. Matterport is assisting companies in the creation of digital twin environments, to put it mildly. Customers may quickly map their area with their phones and upload their space to the cloud using the Matterport service. Customers will get insight into their environments as a result of this procedure. Redfin, a real estate business, is one of the customers that may map and upload 3D photos of their properties. Customers may virtually stroll around businesses and purchase clothing on the spot using Matterport technology. The capacity to capture a virtual place and upload it now enables the actual world to be mapped digitally, opening up a plethora of new possibilities for exploration. Now, before we go any further, make sure you subscribe to Glory Investing Show and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss any updates. Cooperation struck between Matterport and Facebook earlier this year has been hailed as a significant development that might attract more interest from investors. The agreement was formed to create the largest ever dataset of 3D interior places via the use of Facebook. As Zuckerberg and company go down the path of the Metaverse, I think this was the first step toward a far more extensive Facebook and Matterport partnership. There is no other 3D data library like Matterport's, which is unrivaled in the business. The organization is referred to as a potential player in the rising market that is essential for the real estate industry and other industries. As we have said before, we think Matterport is in the early stages of a gigantic growth narrative that will play out over the next few years. Based on investor talks, he believes the stock is undervalued and that it is a good investment moving into 2022, with Metaverse plays attracting investors' interest. As the company's free-to-paid conversion strategy is increasingly realized, it has the potential to see growth. Matterport has an opportunity to grow with a total addressable market size of $240 billion, which is roughly $6.317 billion, and a market share of less than 1%, which provides the firm room to grow. Matterport has a market capitalization of $6.137 billion because the price of a share is around $27.40. A report published by Yahoo Finance on November 2nd of this year states that Daniel Ives of Wedbush has said that Matterport is one core Metaverse play. Daniel is a 5-star analyst and said, "We continue to believe Matterport is in the early innings of a massive growth story playing out over the coming years. Based on our conversations with investors over the past few months, we believe this tech story remains under the radar among growth investors, and we highlight MTTR as one of our favorites ideas heading into year-end in 2022 with an appetite for the Metaverse world on the horizon." You might also want to note that Yahoo Finance's report states, Facebook and the special data company already have a working relationship. In July, the two announced Matterport will collaborate with Facebook AI Research to assemble the largest ever dataset of 3D indoor spaces. These will be made available for academic, non-commercial uses. Ives thinks this amounted to be the first step towards a much broader Facebook and Matterport association. Ives has highlighted Matterport's unmatched, unique and vast 3D data library and a market for real estate and other verticals already exhibiting signs of huge growth. Ives says that there is a $240 billion global total addressable market here, and Matterport's spatial data library has only mapped out around 15 billion square feet. This represents less than 1% of the total addressable market. Matterport made its public debut with a pro forma enterprise value of $2.3 billion, which put the company's worth at almost 27 times its revenues from the previous year. While Matterport's present market capitalization places it in the same category as some of the market's most promising growth firms. The company's outlook may be able to justify that premium pricing via the utilization of a location that is shown in a virtual tour powered by Matterport's technology. Its total number of managed spaces increased from 1.4 million in 2018 to 2.3 million in 2019, before increasing to 4.4 million in 2020, according to the company. According to Matterport, there are around 4 billion structures and 20 billion spaces on the planet. Matterport could create billions of dollars in yearly income if it could capture only a fragment of the 3D modeling industry at a monthly average charge of $1 per space each month, according to the company. According to the corporation, its market capitalization might eventually exceed $100 billion if it takes advantage of this potential. When Matterport held its most recent Investor Day, the company projected that it will generate $747 million in annual sales by 2025, representing an astounding compound annual growth rate of 59% between 2019 and 2025. The company also estimates that its gross margin may increase from 48% to 73% during the same period. However, Matterport has the benefit of being the first to market in its field, and the company's strong net retention rate of 112% in the fourth quarter of 2020 demonstrates that its clients are committed to the platform. Considering the vast range of possibility for the product, it's easy to see why the company's executives believe digital twins have a large potential market to pursue. Digital twins are expected to generate a $240 billion total addressable market, with a global market of 20 billion available spaces, according to a corporate presentation at SPAC 2018. For context, Matterport just recently reached the milestone of 5 million places on its platform in April. The business believes it can generate over $2.4 billion in annual recurring revenue (ARR) at 200 million spaces, which represents just a 1% market penetration. Matterport's annual revenue was just $55.2 million in the most recent quarter, indicating that the company is barely scratching the surface in terms of client acceptance. These figures seem to be attractive, but investors should keep in mind that they are only forecasts and that they will need good execution to be realized. A stock might be risky to purchase just based on its high total available market capitalization, since there are no indicators as to whether the company will be able to meet the demands of all these prospective consumers. Investors, on the other hand, should give these SPAC estimates some credence in this situation, since it is very evident that the market potential for Matterport is immense, especially if you believe that it can be applied to every building on the planet. Well, that will be all for today's video, folks, and thanks for watching it. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you have not already subscribed to Go Learn Investing Show, subscribe to it and press that bell button so you will be notified each time we upload an interesting video on this channel. And while you're here, click to watch one of these two videos that are appearing on your screen. We'll see you there. Take care and stay tuned.